The makes a difference phrase is a really good one, isn't it? And it doesn't need to be completely earth-shattering that. So it doesn't mean,
Yeah.
you need to solve world poverty or whatever. It just means that what you're doing does actually make a difference. And
Yeah.
that could be a small difference or a big difference. But as
Yeah.
long as you feel like something is moving forwards and you're driving some element of change, it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be a totally seismic shift, but it has to be a step in the right direction. Then that's what gets me out of bed each day and what I find quite exciting.
Yeah. Well, I agree with that.
The
Now,
interesting one on mine, sorry, just to
yeah.
go back to the two, that is actually there's quite a conflict between Searcher and Defender, which
Right. Yeah.
because actually Defender is the second one, which is slightly more recent thing I think for me, which has been around feeling a sense of needing to protect a 230-year-old business. I feel a real weight of responsibility
Yeah.
around that. So actually there's quite a conflict between wanting to drive change and wanting to drive growth at the same time as defending and protecting something which exists already.
Yeah.
So back to your question a minute ago on kind of, how do you use these and how have they been useful? Actually identifying that there is a conflict between those
Yeah.
two things. And also what I've done now is directly try to proportion my time better so that I'm saying, right, this is what we're doing to maintain the existing business, to get it back to profitability,
Yeah.
to start to kind of, really shore up the foundations of the business to protect what we've got. And then these are the business development opportunities. This is where the growth is coming from. This is where we're driving change. And I was spending until fairly recently, actually, and it was the prompt of doing this process that helped me with this. I was probably spending too much time on the defending and not enough time on the
Right.
growth opportunities. And now I've actually deliberately balanced my time slightly better between the two. And for example, in our business, we've now put together a sort of business development team from around the business where we're looking at what are all of the initiatives that we've got on the table, how we're driving growth and change. And that's a slightly different team to those that are focused more on the day-to-day operations and shoring up basically strengthening the foundations of the business so that we've got a strong platform from which we can then execute those growth opportunities. And I guess before I was a little bit kind of, doing a bit of those simultaneously, whereas now I've got just a better, just helps for me to have an understanding on the two of those. And sometimes when I get, dragged down into the day to day, then which are things that I know I need to do,
Yeah.
then I can sort of refresh my own motivation and my own, I guess, momentum by focusing on some of those growth opportunities as well, just striking a better balance, I guess.